And this has applied to my businesses over and everybody, if you work for me, you know the chicken in the box story. Because I'm like, okay, you fried the chicken and you put the chicken in the box, but did you hand it to me? Like my wife went through a fried chicken restaurant and she's sitting there forever. And the guy's like, she's like, where's the food? He's like, oh, I forgot to get it. It's sitting right. Now you got to hand it to me. Right. So in development, you fix the bugs, you make the feature, you put it in production, and then you ship it. Because they'll be like, oh yeah, we finished that a while ago. Oh, is it in the customer's hands? No, you got to take the chicken in the box and you hand it to me. Right. And the chicken needs to be juicy, delicious, and hot. So it applies for each station. How long are we leaving it there? Like, oh my gosh, it goes over and over. And like, if I open it up, did you burn the fried chicken? You know, like, guys, like, I'm going to do the Gordon Ramsay thing or donkey, and I throw it in the, the trash can. I'm like, you don't serve burnt chicken, but it just applies so well. It's everywhere. And you're going to see it everywhere now. Chicken in the box story. You're welcome.
Well, welcome back to Whiskey is for Closers. It's the podcast where founders and leaders pour out the truth about scaling a business beyond themselves, one glass at a time. I'm Craig Johnson, joined as always by gentlemen who somehow keep showing up. Steve Caton and Drew Epperson. And today's guest sells the ability to see what's happening on the other side of the country in real time, which makes it weirdly fitting that we're recording remotely. Meta? Sure. On brand? Absolutely. He is the president of the ambassador program at LiveSwitch, a company on a mission, and I'm reading this from their own site, leveling the playing field. In other words, to help David slay Goliath, but their Davids are plumbers and movers and roofers and landscapers, electricians and restoration crews. And Steve, full disclosure, because this one's on you, you've been singing this man's praises in the back channels for months. Today we find out, James, if the hype is real, he's also, according to his own pre-show notes, bringing a whiskey that's, quote, going to blow our minds. That's a hell of a setup, and we will see. James, welcome to Whiskey is for Closers.
Glad to be here. Let's have some fun. I got some stories to tell over a little glass of whiskey. That's what we do, right? We tell stories over whiskey.
Absolutely.
What else do you want to do?
James,
yeah, man.
James, the stories I'm looking. So here's the first story I want to hear from you. What was it like to go on tour over the last 40 years with Metallica? I mean, it must... Wait, hold on. This isn't James Hetfield? This is James Hatfield?
Yeah, sorry to disappoint you, Drew.
Sorry, Drew. Hatfield and McCoy's not Hetfield.
I'm taking a drink because Hatfield and McCoy's, we're coming at you next.
Yeah, I can't play Inner Sandman, but I can play bluegrass music like no one's business. So we can do that for you if you'd like.
Diddling-ding-ding.
That's so amazing. That's
Love
so
some
amazing.
bluegrass. That pairs well with whiskey, by the way.
True story.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure.
I'm not sure what doesn't pair well with whiskey. You can label that. So
Popcorn? I don't know. Well, that's pretty good.
Heck, guys. Well, guys, most important question. What are we drinking today? Who wants to go first?
Well, I think we should let James go last since he's going to blow us away, right?
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go first. I'll be quick. I've got this bottle of Eagle Rare that you gave me some time ago, Drew. I still have that puppy. I've been nursing it for special occasions, and this is one. So here we go. Eagle Rare.
Nice.
Classic.
Love it.
All right, I'll go
Drew?
next. So, yes, I'm a Nashville guy, which means I like bluegrass. And James, there's a place called Station Inn, downtown Nashville, is one of the remaining pure
Love it.
Nashville, and
So
it
good.
does bluegrass music. Steve, you actually got me turned on to that place. Man,
That's
it is
right.
such a cool place, which reminds me, you need to go play that at some point, James. You need to get the family there. You need to tell us we need to come there. And because of that, I'm having a Nashville whiskey, which is called Leaper's Fork, which is in Leaper's Fork, Tennessee. And I will say this is a phenomenal bourbon that it is. Come on. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't go wrong with it. So
Leaper's
that's what I'm
Fork.
having
That's a
today. And
solid one.
Steve, that was from you, my friend.
Yes, indeed. Hey, how about that?
Well,
Love that when a
and
plan
guys,
comes together.
I'm bringing one back. I'm bringing one back as well. This I just felt like it was fitting. I've been looking forward to this conversation, James, and meeting you and just being able to spend some time with you for a little bit. And so I'm bringing back Do Epic Shit Bourbon. I think it's just such a good, like on the back, it just says, "We believe that epic moments deserve to be celebrated." Come on. Like how great is that? So that's what that's what I brought for us today. Do Epic
That's
Shit Bourbon.
incredible. It's been
If
a
I
minute
have
since
to,
you
let's
pulled that
go.
one out. Yeah.
If you have to.
If you have to.
So my
All
bourbon
right,
section
James.
comes with a story. Okay, always does. So
Good.
23 plus years ago, my buddies and I decided on our 21st birthday we were going to go to Frankfurt and go on the whiskey bourbon trail. And so we got a little book from a guy named Michael Jackson. No, not the moonwalking Michael Jackson. A real Michael Jackson. If you're a whiskey drinker, you know who this is. He's an incredible reviewer of whiskey. So we start reading this book, and we are whiskey noobs, like nothing. I know zero. All right. So we're going through the book, we're reading it, and he's like, well, the best whiskey in the world is called George T. Stack from a little company called Buffalo Trace. So you want to go, and he talks about the whole distillery. So we go
Heck
to
yeah.
Buffalo Trace first, take the tour, and then we're like, how can I get George T. Stack? Because that's what we're here for. That's what we're hunting. Like, oh, you're going to want to go to this little, and this was before bourbon got pop, you can actually find
Right.
the good stuff. They're like, there's a
Yeah.
little gas station that's been converted to a liquor store, and you're going to want to go there. Now, you can drive through and get your liquor if you want. I was like, wow, drive through liquor stores. I was like, now I like Kentucky. This is great. So we get and we find it in the middle of the night, and we're walking around, and we're just going through the book. And at that time, I didn't know what I was grabbing. I was like, I'm going to grab whatever this dude Michael Jackson says to grab. And on the shelf right there behind the guy was like, we'll take the Thomas Handy, we'll take the George T. Stagg. And we went down the line of, classics that people like die for now. And we're putting it in the paper
Gosh.
sack. And so I'm like, all right, let's pour the dang thing. So we pour the George T. Stagg, and it is blow away. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like drinking hot sugar, and like, this is all right. This is all right. And I got whiskey stories for days. We're such whiskey nerds. We have a whiskey app, a whiskey advent calendar. Wait till I tell
Nice.
you what we built in technology for whiskey. We'll get
I
to that
love it.
later. But George T. Stagg is
Man.
my hit of the day. And I've got George T. Stagg stories like that. That
that's
bottle finds
amazing.
me. I can keep telling you George T. Stagg, but that George T.
That's
Stagg is my
incredible.
home run hitter. And if you never had it, I'm not talking Junior.
Yeah.
I mean, Junior's fine, but you need George T. Stagg. If you can find it, it's worth the hunt.
If
And
you can
get
find
so
it.
good.
Yes.
Well,
That's
if
so
George
good.
T. Stagg leads you to another bottle, just know that is Drew crying out in the wilderness saying, "Bring me some."
That's funny. I love
Well,
it.
check this
I
out. All right,
love
let me just tell you this other George T. Stagg story. So in North Carolina, we have ABC. It's like state owned. They don't, you're going to get whatever the allocation is. So I'm going to my local liquor store. I've gotten to know these guys, and I'm a talker, so I just talk them up over the years. And I'm like, if you ever get anything from the classics, George T. Stagg, I want it. Well, I go in, and the guy's like, hey, dude, we're getting the classics next week. I was like, put them all behind the shelf. I'll buy them all. Like, just put them behind there. And he's like, I'll give you a call. So he calls me. He's like, it's in, man. So I come down the mountain there, and I walk in, and I'm like, give it all to me. And he's like, I'm sorry, man. We decided that we're going to, if you buy a fifth, we'll put your name in the little fishbowl. And I'm like, all right, man, never mind. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to, I don't win lotteries, man. So like, just let someone else. And so I'm going back into my Jeep, and out the side of the ABC store, I see this guy running at me, like comes out, and I'm like, oh God, like we're all going to die, So he's like, roll the window down. So I'm rolling the window down, and he's like, do you want to buy some effing Stagg? I'm like, I think so. Yeah, definitely. That's what I came for. He's like, I didn't know if he's going to pull it out of his jacket or what's going on. But I'm like, hey, I'm in it. I'm in it now. You know, if you say you want to sell it, I'm buying. He's like, come on in the store, man. We're going to sell it to you. We love you. You become a good friend. Just don't tell nobody. And here's your stag. That's how I got my last. And I've gotten stag multiple times. But that was the last time I got stag was that story. I was like, let's go.
It was half drank, and you're like, what's happening here? At least
I
you
still
got
take
some.
it. I'll still pay for it. Just give me the half. I don't care.
Yep.
I'll take the last little bit
all
of
right.
it. Give me the juice, man.
Give me the juice.
That's so
That's
good.
incredible, man. Man, we could just
That's
turn this
good.
into a whiskey podcast and talk about those kind of stories.
I got more.
the whole
I
time.
mean, it's getting warmed
I'm
up.
sure you do, man. Yeah. That's
I love
great.
it. Well, James, we're kind of already going there, but before we dive into anything else, give us your 60-second intro. Who is James Hatfield? What's the deal with this ambassador thing at LiveSwitch? And how does a guy in Asheville end up running a community of home services founders, right?
Well, my father's a blue collar guy, built the house I was born in. I thought I'd be blue collar my whole life. I started a painting, power washing, commercial residential company upon graduation, and I thought I'd do that till the day I would die. And that's what I was going to do. I had a little problem where the accountant would speak English, and I would I don't understand a word coming out of your mouth. That's not good for me. So I'm like, let me go back to business school. So I went back to NC State, as you see the helmet there, to business school while I'm running my companies. And while I'm running my companies and going to business school, I met my partner, and we've been together 23 years. And he's a smarty pants guy. He was getting his MBA from Duke University, and he's a little older than I am. He was graduating at the same time Tim Cook was, a little company called Apple. And my partner built this system where you could take an income statement and balance sheet and run it through it, and it would tell you in plain language how you're doing. I'm like, you are solving the problem I got. This was way before AI was on anyone's lips 20 years ago. And he's like, do you think you can sell it? I'm like, well, I don't even own a computer. I got Nextel walkie-talkies and yellow pages and carbon copy sheets, but I believe in this, so maybe. I don't know. So we joined up. We took that from nothing to Inc. 500. It's a $5 billion company we sold to private equity. I then get into philanthropy. So does my business partner. I can talk about that a little bit. And then we're like, hey, we're too young to chase a white golf ball around. Let's buy a company. So we bought a company. We had tons of capital. We bought a company 6 years ago, built that sucker up. And there's a whole nother story there. And that's supposed to be 60 seconds, but it's longer. But I got a chance to reinvent the 911 phone call with the chief of police in Washington, D.C., because our company does live video. And I was like, well, who else can use this stuff? End up in the trades. And now I'm under the hood of everything, like Service Titan, Jobber. What is LiveSwitch? Imagine FaceTime and ChatGPT got together, had a baby, and made it for the trades. That's us. And I sell it all over the world.
Amazing.
And we're growing like a daggone weed. So it's been fun so far.
Amazing.
Yeah. And my whole title on our website is nothing. I do everything here. I've been leading product, leading revenue. Help lead the company and run the company, but I don't really like titles, so it's not my thing.
Yeah, you got CRO on your LinkedIn profile. You got president on the website. So which is what? Are you just doing everything? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I go wherever I need to in my company to raise it up, hire someone, make myself redundant, and I try to fire myself every month. That's how we grow a fast-growing company. I know if I fire myself every month, I'm going to fire myself again at the first of this month again, and that's how I make myself redundant, and that's how we grow.
That's cool. That's awesome. Well, I gotta hear the story behind this, because you came up through the kind of enterprise technology sales world, right? Working for some big brands, some big logos, SageWorks and things like that. And now you're rallying plumbers and movers and home service folks. And so I'm curious, what did you have to unlearn from the enterprise sales world when you switched audiences?
It's weird. I actually had to unlearn being blue collar to work with enterprise guys. Blue collar is my language. That's where I come from. You don't have to teach me this. I've been smelling like this, looking like this, being like these are my people. To me, and I'm on with them every day. I was on with a moving company just an hour ago. I was on with electrical company earlier today. I was on with a restoration. I'm with all these owners. So for me, the enterprise stuff is the stuff that I don't really like as much. I'm happy to put on a suit. I can suit up with the rest of them. I can sell multi-million-dollar deals, huge deals with the rest of them, but it's too much formality. It's you got to put on the suit. You can't drink your bourbon out the bottle. You got to drink it out the glass. All right. That's what we're going to do here. So
with a single rock,
single rock. And we put our pinkies up really high. And so learn that, which I can do. I'm happy to do it. And we can do the big deals, and I've got the big logos and all that stuff. But man, I'd rather just spend time with my man who came out where I came from, and we just talk life, and they're direct, and there's no bull crap. They just get right to it, and I love it. So I going the other way, you know?
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I think we could all use a little bit more real talk these days, huh?
Woo.
Yeah.
Especially
Right?
after a glass of bourbon too. That's some
Well, yeah,
real,
Sure.
real talk.
if that doesn't get you there, nothing will.
All right. So James, here's a question. LiveSwitch came out of Frozen Mountain, correct? Is that right?
That's correct. That's right.
Okay. Half of your leadership team are ex SageWorks. What's it like being a part of a startup where you already know everybody in the room that you're working with, right? Because it's one thing to go, hey, let's do a startup. We got to find people to fill these roles. It's another thing to say, let's get the startup going. And I know everybody I'm doing this with. What was that like?
Yeah. So World War One, which is SageWorks, where you didn't know anything, and we're scaling and we're learning as we go, you know, was one thing. But then we're stupid enough. Well, I'm stupid enough to go and do World War Two. Like, you want to go into another war, you idiot? You know, like me and my business partner, like we're stupid enough to like do it. And we told each other, like, if you say sell the company, or if I say sell the company, we shoot each other on the spot. Because we're stupid enough to go to World War Three, right? So I'm like watching the movie I've seen before, which is kind of weird because I'm like the grizzled veteran talking to the company we bought because they haven't scaled like this before. And then the company that I got, a lot of the guys that were at the end of that. So a lot of my guys are still at the last company. They're still at SageWorks. They're working there. They'll retire from there. They've done great. They've gone on to also some of our executives have started other large companies. But some of the guys I have here at LiveSwitch came at the very end. So they got a little taste of the exit wire. And they're like, I got to have that again. So they want to come back because I guess they believe in us and we're doing it again. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen this before and we do this. And my business partner and I are always talking like a couple old war vets, you know? So, but it's kind of nice to like bring the company we bought. It's a 16-year-old company. We bought it 6 years ago, but show them what scaling looks like. Cause they were kind of a family run. They had beautiful technology and their founder is a genius. And so we bought the founder and that underlying tech. And then we brought in our World War One tour of duty expertise where we love to sell username and passwords. And so I built this product 4 years ago and off to the races. And so much so that it's our flagship and it's totally changed the whole direction of the company.
Do you feel like that was a massive advantage for you guys to be able to go to market fast and get where it is you wanted to go?
My goodness, yes. And so much so we wrote a whole book about it so we could explain our business principles. Like, here's who we are. Here's what we believe in. Read this book, and that way they know what they're getting into. And we just apply those business principles to that.
This is going to it could potentially sound insulting. I think this is phenomenal. That book looks so thin. What that tells me, because clearly you know what you're talking about and you've done this before. What that tells me is there's no fluff. Like, you're getting straight to the point of like, here's how you do it. Here's what you do. That's amazing.
Yeah, we used to tell people you don't need to go get an MBA because that's a one pager. Focus on the customer. Open the book, close the book. That's it. Just focus on the customer. We go, and my business partner is going to spend the next 3 months traveling the whole country, going door to door with our customers and sitting down. He brings his black lab and he goes and he literally sits with them and we watch them use the product and build it out that way. And we make all of our engineers, because engineers like to over-engineer things, read a book called Simple. And but yeah, it is simple. It literally is. You cut out all the fluff, and there's not much that you need to learn, but we keep it simple. And a lot of it is a focus on the customer, speed, unreasonableness, love of the customers, going over and above. We have an acronym called SOUL that we teach to our folks. But yeah, we teach them these business principles, and we think they work. We've seen them over for the last couple of decades, and so far so good.
Cool.
That's so cool.
Super cool.
So James, I love what you were just describing about going and sitting, watching the customers actually work with the technology. Years ago, I was working in a software company where I put together a road show where we did that every year. And we went out and we kind of handpicked some clients in a cool part of the country so we could go go hang out with them, but also have some good food or whatever. But it was interesting when I came up with the idea, the CEO was like, oh my gosh, no, we can't do that because they're going to tell us to do a bunch of crap that we don't want to do. And so, so there was a tension there, right? Between the listen to the customer, watch the customer use the technology, and no, we want to build it this way. We don't want them telling us what to do. So what would you say to a founder who has that mindset?
Yeah, be careful what you say yes to. Because they'll offer you the money and they'll do your Series A and B and C, and I'm like, that makes me want to take a nap because all I got to do is now I got to pay you back and make you a ton of money, and I probably got to give you a board seat so you can tell me what to do. But we got enough money now that I don't want anyone telling me what to do, and I don't need
Yeah.
your money. Not to be nasty, but like I don't like to be told what to
Yeah.
do. Most entrepreneurs
Yeah.
we don't. We get into entrepreneurship because we like this thing called freedom. Freedom.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
Yeah.
what I get in it
Yes,
for. Now I
sir.
also get gray hair with this freedom because we're in the people business too, right? And technology, my goodness. But yeah, be careful where you take money. I don't
Yeah.
celebrate when we get a bunch like I don't like raising money,
Yeah.
and I don't really want to, and I'm not going to. And I'm only gonna give away part of I'm very precious with my ownership. Because once you get
Hmm.
whittled down to the size of a grape, there's nothing left for you. So we were very disciplined at SageWorks with our money and taking money and who we took it from. And we're doing the exact same thing here at LiveSwitch. And we're much more capitalized than we were at the last company. But I just always advise owners who are like, oh, I'll just go get someone to write me a check. I'm like, I don't know if you want to do that. you know, if you enjoy your freedom, you might not want to
Right.
take that money. Now, I understand
Yeah.
people get behind and you might need it. And sometimes money does come with expertise and a good board member, but it can be a real bad marriage. Once you accept money from either an investor or a customer, by the way, when you decide to
Yeah.
take
Mm,
money, you better deliver because
Yeah.
they have
mm.
expectations. They're not just giving you money because you're a good guy or gal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That can be a scary place to go there. So in addition to the book, James, there's this thing called Big Talk About Small Business, and I'm going to ask you a question about something I heard there. But first, tell us about what that is.
Big talk about small business.
Yeah.
Maybe the bourbon's getting to me. Help me out.
I think it was.
I
I
missed
think
that.
it was.
Swing and a miss.
I think it
It was
was
a
maybe
podcast, huh?
an interview or a podcast that you were on,
Yeah, and
and
you
you
were
had
Been
a
on
talking about chicken
150
in the
analogy.
box.
podcasts in the last year, so you gotta forgive me
Yeah,
after
yeah,
being a guest at 150 in a
Okay.
year. I can't remember that one. So, do you know the
No,
gist of
okay,
you
that's
wanna
okay.
feed me a little more? Sorry about that, Steve.
Well, you were talking about the chicken in the box analogy, where
Yes,
you were talking
chicken in
about
the
work
box.
in progress isn't a finished product until the end user's actually benefiting from it. So walk us through
Yes.
that
Oh my
example,
god.
and
Oh,
then
yes. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. This
walk
story
us
is
through that principle.
awesome. So we were growing so dang fast at SageWorks that I was wearing my team out, including my spouse, and we decided, hey, we're going to take a month and live anywhere. So we could choose anywhere, and I'm going to get an Airbnb. I'm going to take a few of my staff, my wife included. This was pre-kids, and I'm like, let's go. And so we ended up picking a place on the very corner of Massachusetts called Chatham, kind of near Cape Cod. It's gorgeous. Oh my! So we go to Chatham, get this house, and we're putting all the dogs and the stuff because we're going to be there a month, and we're driving up. Well, we're going through New Jersey, and they've got this big like rest stop. I mean, it's food as far as the eye can see, right? And all these cars. So we're getting in there, and we're all going to get our different food, and we're sitting down, and me and everyone else, my wife and other team members, were done, but we're missing Lindsay. We're like, "Where's Lindsay? Have you guys like, dude? She should be back by now." Well, finally, we see her way off in the distance. She's shaking her head, walking this way. You're like, uh-oh, this ain't gonna be good. She definitely looks not happy. She's like, "You're not gonna believe this." Like, "Go for it." She's like, "I'm standing in line I wanna get some fried chicken from kinda like a Popeyes or something or whatever." Right? And so she's like, "We're standing in line forever and forever." And finally, there's this like big New Jersey guy looking like a gangster. Like you can just picture this huge guy, scary guy, and this little kid behind the register. And he's like, "Can I help you, sir?" And the guy goes, "I don't know. I don't know if you can help me. What you need to do, maybe I can help you. You go back there, you take the chicken, you put the chicken in the box, and then you hand it to me. That is what you do. You chicken box. That's what you do, little Billy. Give me the chicken." And so, like, I am loving this. I can just picture the whole scenario, and this has applied to my businesses over and everybody, if you work for me, you know the chicken in the box story. because I'm like, okay, you fried the chicken and you put the chicken in the box, but did you hand it to me? Like my wife went through a fried chicken restaurant and she's sitting there forever. And the guy's like, she's like, where's the food? He's like, oh, I forgot to get it. It's sitting right. Now you got to hand it to me. Right. So in development, you fix the bugs, you make the feature, you put it in production, and then you ship it. Because they'll be like, oh yeah, we finished that a while ago. Was it in the customer's hands? No, you got to take the chicken in the box and you hand it to me, right? And the chicken needs to be juicy, delicious, and hot. So it applies for each station. How long are we leaving it there? Like, have we? Oh my gosh, it goes over and over. And like, if I open it up, did you burn the fried chicken? Like guys, like I'm going to do the Gordon Ramsay thing or donkey, and I throw it in the, you know, the trash can. I'm like, we don't serve burnt chicken, but it just applies so well. It's everywhere. And you're going to see it everywhere now. Chicken in the box story. You're welcome.
That's
Sounds
amazing, man.
amazing.
This actually deliver the chicken. Amazing. So where do you see that principle or that lesson? Where do you see that costing founders the most? What's the biggest example of it could be tech, it could be something else that you see maybe in the trades and home services. Where do you see that costing founders the most? And what is that? What's that?
It's everywhere. Timelines, budgets, product, your employees. Like, did you give my customer a timeline? Did you deliver the service that you said you were going to do? Was it burnt chicken? Like, did you actually fix the problem? Is the customer happy according to them? Not according to you, but like, can I go ask my customer, was that chicken good? Was it hot? Was it delicious? Do you want to keep coming back for more? Right? Like, you got to go to your customers and you got to ask them. You got to, like, I was just on with a huge commercial moving company an hour ago because I'm going to build them a huge AI prompt that's going to take and disrupt all commercial moving. So I take these serious guys that have been doing it for 20 years and I dissect them like a frog with my computer scientists, and we build out the AI that they're going to need that's going to revolutionize their business. But I told them, I'm like, hey, I need you to commit to that because what we're going to do is we're going to deliver you a product and I need to know it's good according to you. And you'd be like, this thing cooks. This thing's awesome. Like this thing, and it can be on any product that you're offering. The bourbon in your hand that you're drinking. Is it delicious? Do you want to go back and get another bit of it? Like it's everywhere. And if it's not, then let's go back and refry the chicken. Let's put it on the pass. Let's get out the new model, the new this, that, and the other. It's everywhere, man. It's just business.
That's so cool. Well, and here's a good example. See this book right here I'm holding up? See that? Bucky Goes to School. So I got this at, guess what? Bucky's, right? You talk about a good example of a company that delivers the chicken. I mean, and their promise is fairly simple, right? It's like, okay, super clean restrooms, great barbecue, beef jerky, friendly employees. Man, they deliver it so well. I had to buy this book so I can give it to my grandkid.
Yeah, there's this great story my business partner tells all the time that he's like, they had Dave Thomas, from the founder of Wendy's, come and talk to all these Duke MBAs, right? And here comes Dave. He's a simple kind of guy. And you can picture what a Duke MBA is like, right? They want to over-engineer stuff and talk over your head. And, so he's telling them the story. And then these Duke MBAs are asking, he's like, well, what is a total addressable market? And what's this ICP? And what's this? And Dave's like, yeah, we just try to make a really good hamburger that's hot that people like. And he's like, well, what about your strategy for this? Yeah, I just try to make a really hot hamburger that people like. Like, so when you're talking about Bucky's, like clean restrooms.
Yeah.
Place how you
it's
feel
like
safe.
what I
Good.
and it's like some of these are just obvious. Like sometimes we want to overthink things, right? Sometimes we want to go, no, I can't do anything until I clearly understand. It's like, dude, just put the chicken in the box and go, right? Like just
good chicken though.
Right? And even then, okay, let's say
Maybe
I
some
serve
Nashville
bad
hot
chicken.
chicken.
Listen, that's some good stuff right
That's
there.
a good chicken.
So, okay, there's this phrase called the race to the face that you guys use, which is getting in front of the customers first. Unpack that for us and talk to us about what did you have to learn from your ambassadors about that race that you couldn't have learned anywhere else?
I'll tell you. All right. So, good story here. We're one of few companies that do live video in the world, right? So 4 years ago, I get a knock on the door from the chief of police in Washington, D.C. to reinvent our nation's 911 phone call. So we had to come up with a way like I said earlier, to get into this phone, no time to download an app. And oh, by the way, the citizen's compromised, so it has to be complete idiot proof, right? And
Mm.
so I woke up at 2 in the morning about 4 years ago. Now that I had learned all the language of our computer scientists, and I'm like, I got it. So I go to them and I'm like, what we're going to do is when you're on a 911 phone call and you're talking, that's one channel of your phone. It's the worst part of the phone, by the way. It's telephony. It sucks.
Yeah.
911, you're on. So there's other channels in the phone while you're on 911. I can send you a text message and then you can tap on it and I get into the data part of your phone. And now I can stream this video anywhere in the world, right? Point to point connect to people anywhere in the globe, not just in the country, but anywhere in the world. And so I'm like, who else could use this stuff? So it's funny enough, I meet the guy who takes care of the Nashville, Tennessee Titans NFL football team, 20 years in the FBI. He takes care of the whole arena. His name is CT, a beautiful soul of a person. I'm showing him all my emergency response stuff. And he's like, James, I love this for the emergency stuff. I think I could see us using it, but I got the stupidest question. And I'm like, what is it? He's like, sometimes this arena is so huge here in Nashville that I've got to hop in my little golf cart when we got a problem at the facility and I got to drive all the way over there. Can I just text my guy and he can just show me, what's going on? And I was like, oh boy. Reminded me of my Nextel walkie-talkie from when I ran my painting and power washing company,
Totally.
right?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
it's this generation's Nextel. And I was like, who else could use this, right? So I, through happenstance, meet, now he's an ambassador in the moving industry of all industries. Sometimes you just get thrown a bone. And I'm showing him the same thing. And he's like, James, I run a moving company. And he's like, you know where we're going to use this? He's like, sometimes I got to drive all across town to give a bid. And there's these people that when they find out how much it costs to move their family, they're like, woo, that's expensive. I'm just going to go get a U-Haul and my friends. So they had no business calling me because a free estimate ain't free to me. It's actually the most expensive thing I do. I'm hoping to win the business. He's like, I'm just going to use this stuff to one, weed out the tire kickers. Two, if it's a small deal, I can just bid it there. I've seen millions of these, especially like apartments. I'll bid it. Or three, they got the money. I'm driving out. And I was like, I was like, well, did you pay me American money? Because I love selling usernames, passwords. He's like, oh yeah. And so that was 3.5 years ago. And bam, like that was the start. I literally called my business partner because this wasn't a flagship. We had no salespeople. We had no customers. It wasn't beautiful look at all. It just was a problem. And I call my business partner and I'm like, hey, you ever seen Beverly Hillbillies back in the day where Clamp It in black and white is going, then he shoots the ground and the oil comes up? We got that. Like I could see it. Like I could see the future. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, we got it, man. Like I know it. And so we just start coom, coom, coom. And I knew we were going to be another $1 billion company. Check this out. So it gets to point. My point is listen, and you might have to pivot to find where you're going to solve a big problem that can turn into big money because they got moving companies all over the world. And now my electricians are using it, painters, plumbers, everyone. Like my total addressable market is insane. And we're growing so fast right now. I'm hiring tons of people every month for the foreseeable future. But what I knew we were going to be a multi-billion-dollar company. We're not there yet, but I know it. Like I could see it. Like I'm looking at you guys. So my wife was going around our house and she gets to our HVAC unit and there's water all over the floor. So she calls the local HVAC guy and he's marching down the stairs. And I'm like, hold on, like, don't go in there. I work for a big tech company and I just wrapped AI all around that. What I've been telling you earlier, like you see what I see, we wrapped AI all around it. I was like, when you go in there, I'm going to send you a text and you take a 20-second video and just tell it what you see, but act like you've never seen an HVAC unit in your life. So he goes in there and I'm in the mountains of North Carolina and he goes, well, there's water in the water pan. She's dripping here and there ain't no cap. So then I go in and I create a prompt because we're using the largest AI on the planet. I was like, diagnose this video, like from this video, diagnose what's going on with this HVAC unit and tell me how to fix it. So he's sitting right here in front of my computer. We're looking at it together because I hadn't really put her to the test yet. And it goes through and says, hey, most likely cause is you've got algae and slime in your drain line, and here's how you fix it. He goes over, empties the drain line, algae's flying everywhere. He looks at me and he goes, can I buy stock in your company? And that's when I call my business partner. I was like, we're going to billions. I guarantee you this is going to be billions. And like,
We got something.
we got it. And that was like at the kind of beginning of like a year ago. And it's been a rocket ship. So yeah, listening, doing, tweaking, changing, growing it. And my goodness, what you can learn. The customers have the answer to the test.
Dude, that's so good. Yeah, listening, I like that. The customers have the answers to the test. And
Yep.
all it is spending some time. Dude, I love that.
Hmm.
I'm gonna steal that and give you some credit there.
Yeah, well, bro,
Now,
guys, I mean, that fits well with what we've all been talking about with Altezza recently,
uh-huh.
right? And how we've been
Yes,
pivoting, but based on that very principle. So I love
that's
that.
exactly
And
right.
that's where race
Customers
to
have
the
the
face
answers.
comes in that you guys are asking
Yeah.
about. Race to the face is so now I can put a human face in front of you, like from anywhere in the world. And so if you got a problem with your plumbing, your HVAC, your whatever, instead of calling and waiting for a guy to come by, because nobody likes doing that.
Yep.
I've never met a person who likes to wait around for some tradesperson to come by their house to tell them how much money they got to spend to fix something that they can't fix themselves. So now they just send a text, tradesperson looks at it, runs AI on it, and I can put out their whole bid, their CRM entry, because I never met a tradesperson that likes writing on the keyboard and can write it all out, see it, bid it, close it to cash right there because people buy from the face. I mean,
Yeah.
for decades, for me, I used to own, paying power washing. I'd go to the house, talk to the person, and Amazon Prime has killed us. I mean, I have zero patience. Everybody here
Yep.
listening and on here is probably an Amazon Prime customer. Did you know that you can get your package? You don't have to be Amazon Prime, and you can get your packages in 3 weeks. We're just also dang impatient that we're willing to pay the Prime thing because I want my packages now. That an article came out last week, 30-minute delivery in some areas, hour-long delivery, and that is no dang
Holy
on
cow.
different for our tradespeople. When your toilet can't stop, if your AC is off down in Georgia, right, Steve, in the middle of the summer,
Yeah.
how fast you want that AC fixed? Like
Oh,
yesterday.
dude. Yep.
Yesterday. So now they can see
Absolutely.
it, come out, fix it. How much is it? When can you be here? And I want to look at your reviews online. The Amazon Primification. And we can bring race to the face to get the money. Or if you didn't fix it right, there's this thing called people getting pissed off. And people get keyboards and they'll write a bunch of things on your Google profile that you sucked,
Oh my
or they'll
God.
yell at you.
Yes.
Well, if you see them in the face, pissed off meter goes way down. Because people don't, they won't. Well, some people will. They're just Lord love them, But like most people won't, and it'll bring pissed off down. And you say, "Oh, I can see this. Oh, my guy, he didn't do this. We'll be right out." And so it's that kind of thing. Race to the face, speed to lead was old school, and it's how fast can I get cash from your bank account to my bank account while fixing your problem from anywhere in
Dude,
the world.
That's cool.
It's crazy. I
I
got this
love
guy,
that.
8-figure moving company in Seattle. His 35 salespeople are in South Africa and the dude is killing it. And his
Wow.
manager's in Poland, salesman in Poland. Can you believe that?
That's why, I mean, that's the world we live in now, right?
Yeah.
So I want to pull the AI thread a little bit here, James, because everyone in tech is selling AI as the replacement, for people, right? You're pitching it, you're selling it, you're explaining it right now as a force multiplier. So what's the conversation that you have with anybody, a founder or an employee who's quietly scared to death that AI is going to make them obsolete?
Some of you, it will make you obsolete. I'm here to scare you right. Okay. Because I was like, I don't have any jobs. We're all losing our jobs. I'm like, yeah, but we got a shortage of this thing called nurses. We got this shortage of a thing called tradespeople. Very big shortage. Everybody just wants to sit at the desk and get that white collar job. I mean, let's make blue collar cool again, right? And
Yeah.
those guys are starting to
Yeah.
make some serious money. I mean, they make some good. You want to go make some money? Go into the trades, man.
Go and
Like there ain't nothing
trades.
wrong with
Yeah.
that. They just
Yeah.
don't want. There's, as I call my engineers, you guys have soft hands. Like I used to live on a ladder. Like you got to get out there and turn a wrench. Some of these 20 and 30 somethings don't even have a toolbox. Yes, you should be worried about your job. What can you do? That. So what I'm going to do is the guys that are turning the wrench, I'm going to take away the stuff they don't like doing or can't remember. They don't like writing on the keyboard. Let AI take that away. Sometimes they can't diagnose a problem. Let AI help you with that. There's practical, tactical things that AI can do for the working person that is, they want to save time, money, or gas, right? And it affects their bottom and top line. And it gives the customers what they want, the hot chicken in the box. They want speed, convenience, and immediacy. And they're paying you a lot of money. You better do it right. I mean, roofs nowadays are like 40 grand. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh my
sheesh,
gosh. Yeah.
does this come with like Don Perignon and some steak dinner and George C. Stagg? Because it should. Gah! But this is the kind of thing that we can practically and tactically help with. But yeah, some people should kind of be worried about jobs. And there's a company, the CEO, big company, just wrote out like they downsized and they got rid of all the measurers, the people who like count the beans, because AI is
Yeah.
just wiping it out, right? And so, but he said, hey, my sellers and my builders will always have a job. Let that marinate. Your sellers and your builders are now
Sellers
some
and
of the
your
most
builders.
important part of your business. All the rest we can automate with AI and make more money, have higher margins, and the people that are the sellers and the builders are going to get paid more.
Wow.
That's
Good news
cool.
for them.
Good news. Yeah.
James,
Good news for
LiveSwitch,
us as the sellers. What up?
1,000%.
Hell yeah,
Which is,
baby.
it's so interesting. So my 18-year-old and my 14-year-old, we've been talking about, hey, at least for my 18-year-old, he's graduating next year. And so we were talking about trades and, he's like, Dad, I'm looking at being an electrician. And so that was one of those things because we're like, what can AI not touch, at least in the near future? And so it's so interesting. And then yesterday I was a part of a Vistage meeting at an electrician company and talked to the president. He's like, dude, let me know. I will bring your son in. We'll give him 24-hour experience. And that's it. I mean, the potential that's laying there for the people who want to actually go out there and do the work, right? Get their hands dirty and do all of that. That's absolutely huge. Now, LiveSwitch says that you're here to, in quotes, level the playing field. What does that mean for businesses that you serve?
So we serve very small businesses, medium and large, but the small business guys find that they have to wear 18 hats because they can't find that technician. Like I met a guy in Statesville, North Carolina today. He owns an electrical company. He's looking for 3 technicians right now. And he's like, it's just me and this other guy right now. And we're trying to do the work of 4 people with 2 guys, right? So to level the playing field for a guy that is doing service for electricians, electrical work at homes, and fighting against the private equities and the large ones, now he can be fast. He can be seen as tech forward. He can have AI saving them time. He can be perceived as more convenient. And the person gets to see him as a local business owner and like, oh man, this guy's been doing it for 20 years. Yeah, absolutely. It builds that trust. So I can level the playing field because of speed, AI, time savings, gas, and now you're more convenient for the customer and you're still giving that great price. Because these guys one guy has to drive around all day just doing quotes while the other journeyman has to go. So now we can take away all of that and he can do where he makes the money, which is the building part, and not just the selling part.
Wow.
That's so
Awesome.
cool. Yeah, man. I love it. So, James, I think it was when we first met in our very first conversation, you're obviously rich with stories. And so you were on that conversation too. And I was like, bro, we got to have you on Whiskey is for Closers. And I was so enthusiastic about it. I went and filled out the form. So we have this form that our guests have to fill out to get on the podcast. And I just did that for you because I was like, we're going to make this happen. So I want to put you on the spot a little bit since I did that. And there's a question there that I don't have insight into, which is, what's the one question that you wish more people would ask you, but no one actually does, other than, how nerdy is a Duke MBA? Like, other than that one,
You can take that person's lunch money pretty fast. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Why do this? Why build anything at all? I mean, I can go and I could stop working and go chase a little white golf ball, buy a bigger boat. Like, I could just stop, What motivates? What drives? And a lot of it, I love building stuff. It's where I come from, right? But I also like serving my community, right? I got a nonprofit here where I'm living, and we serve the women's shelters. This last Sunday, I was singing bluegrass to people in the hospice that were living their last hour. This guy had been basically a minister in rodeo church for 40 years. Good old boy and his wife was sitting right there. I started singing Amazing Grace, and him and his wife in the middle of the song are singing. Like, gosh, these guys are there. He was singing like crazy, and I didn't know his story until after. He's like, yeah, I just got diagnosed with stage 4. I won't be here in 3 weeks. And he's like, maybe you'll come back again sometime and sing to me again. So I bring my kids right up front and center. And like, there's this weird saying, it's better to give than receive, especially if you can give and get nothing back. Like, this person, he won't be here in a week or 2. He's gone, But he gave me a gift more than anything I could ever give him. And my kids are right there singing right by my side. So if I can build something that takes care of entrepreneurs where I come from, that's going to fill my bucket. And if I can take what they give me, which is a lot of money, and put that back in my community and do it, don't put my name on the building. I want to be like Batman. Like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? I just want to like give back because I didn't come from anything. So might as well help some people that can't give a dang thing, like a kid in a group home, a woman in a woman's shelter, a person in a hospice. This is where I like to take my time, money, and effort and give there. I don't even really like saying it and that's why I don't like getting asked that, because I'm taking my treasure out of my treasure box telling you that.
Yeah.
But I think more people who think, oh, once I get all the money, I'm going to do that. I'm going to tell you right now, don't wait. Because you're not guaranteed to get all that money. You think hypothetical money that may never come. When all the people need is your hands, your feet, and a song or a card or something that you can give, go give that dang thing, because it does matter. It matters. The guy that we sang to and the other folks that are getting ready to die in like the next hour, it mattered, right? So like, go find something that fills your bucket up. Life's too dang short, and like, go do something. Like, go be somebody, boys. So like, that's what I would challenge people, if you're listening, to go and do something for your community. We got so much crap out there and all these bad news, and we're all worried about gas prices and all this other crap. Like, they're not going to put you in the newspaper. Good. Don't put me in the newspaper. I don't want to be in your newspaper, because you guys like to sell fear and a bunch of trash. What I want to go do is just, go sing to someone on their last hour. That's what I'm going to go do. So why don't we all go and try and build it up a little bit and leave it better than you found it. But no, it won't get you your 15 minutes of fame, and no, it won't get you on the. Who cares? Like, that stuff is for people who want a big head. Like, forget that. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. You kind of got me going, Steve. But you asked the question that doesn't get asked.
I'm so glad I asked that question.
Yeah, that's super good. James, you don't have to do this right now, but if you were to sing a song right now, what song would you sing?
I'd bring my 15-year-old daughter down here, and she'd sing you a song. And she'd sing you this song called Heal, because she loves watching this little show called American Idol. And there's a guy who won last year, and he sang this song, redid this song called Heal. It's an old song, but she now sings it in her own way, and she'll melt you. I have her sing it to people. We don't sing Amazing Grace, and my daughter's going to sing the song Heal, and you're going to lose it. Like, I have to sweep you up off the floor. But this little 15-year-old comes down here, and she'll clean your clock in a heartbeat. And yes, I'm a proud papa, but that her music and her voice will go right to your soul and melt you. But
that's
look
so
it up.
Cool. Do you have a recording of her singing that song, James?
She sang an album for Christmas and stuff, but not this song. This song is You Gotta Be There. Like, she's only going to get that one live, And then she's been playing clawhammer, banjo, and a bunch of other cool stuff that she could sing to you. But it's been good, man. Just look up this song called Heal by the guy who won American Idol last year. I can't remember his name, like Robertson or something. But man, oh man.
That's cool.
Oh my God. That song will melt you.
Well, that's okay, cool. Well, I was thinking if you had a recording, we would put it like, I was thinking, Craig, we could stick it on the end of this podcast, because, that would be powerful. That'd be a powerful way to close it. So anyway, that's awesome.
For sure. James, this is so good, man. We have some dumb stuff that we wanted to ask you, but I don't know that
dumb stuff, please.
We want to go there right now.
You're so
powerful, man.
I feel like it would be a disservice to go anywhere after that. That was a beautiful ending right there.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Well, James, you're full of stories. Are there any stories that come to mind that maybe fit with the conversation that we've had that you haven't had a chance to tell yet? Or maybe one you've been itching to tell and haven't been able to tell anywhere else?
I get so much every week, man. It's so rich. I had a guy from South Bend, Indiana. Go Packers, whatever it is. But he's been a painter his whole life. I mean, he's mid 40s, and good old boy, big old beard. He bought my stuff after listening to a podcast I was on. Although that's why I'm not on these podcasts. Don't worry about buying lives. That's not why I'm here. He went and he bought it. I mean, just a good old boy. And he works now for a franchise called 5 Star Painting. It's owned by Neighborly. And so he buys it, and he's like, hey, he reached out like, James, I got to show you something. I'm like, all right, let's go. So we get on, and he is happy as like a proud papa. He's like, I've been doing some tinkering. I'm like, oh, okay. Show me your tinkering. He's like, well, I got a hold of this thing called Claude, And I started talking to it and telling it what I'm using, and I'm telling them who I am, and I'm plugging in all my rates, and it makes this big old multi-page prompt. And I put it in your system. He's like, I want you to watch this video. It's a video. It's like a 1-minute video of him walking around a 4,000 square foot home, just talking to the home. I'm like, all right. And then he's like, you're not going to believe this. This dang thing quoted the job at $9,200. And he's like, it's $100 off of what I would bid for it. He's like, I cannot believe this thing is blowing. This has got to be the coolest dang thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, here's what you don't understand. Why this is the coolest dang thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm a painter. And you're using technology that I helped to build. I can't believe how it's humbling for me to listen to you, because you are where I come from. You're everything I want to serve. You're everything. You are me. You are where I should be. I shouldn't be here. I should be. So it was one of those moments where, like, where if I didn't, go a different direction and like say, okay, I guess I'll try to sell this financial software thing that I believe in but don't know anything about. And it got me off the ladder, I guess. But it's humbling. I don't know what else to say, but it's, now I got this big old tech company, multiple big tech companies, but I'm like, that's my guy. Like, that's
amazing.
Anyway, so, because my grandfather didn't graduate high school. His dad died young, so he had to leave, and he was the oldest in the house, and he had to go work at a tire shop. So my grandfather never had anything. He built his own house too. And so his big dream for me was like, James, when you get older, I want you to paint the highway, the lines on the highway. Because if you do that, you're always going to have a job, and they're always going to need you. And I was like, well, I can't afford those, Grandpa, but I'll go and be a painter. And that's why I was a painter.
Wow. How cool, man.
Because of my granddad. So anyway, yeah, that kind of stuff happens to me. It happens to me all the time, but that one really got me. I was like, wow.
I love it.
I'm humbled.
I love it. Well, James, this has been so good, man. I've really appreciated just gleaning some of your wisdom. And, I think we all feel this, and hopefully those that are listening on whatever device or platform they're listening can feel the humility that's coming through this conversation as well. Just really grateful to have been able to spend some time with you. Where can people find you, work with you, hear more of your stories, bother you on LinkedIn? Where can they go?
You can bother me on LinkedIn. Look up James Hatfield there, LiveSwitch, LiveSwitch. Anyone who reaches out, I will give you time. And I got one other story to end this show with that I just thought of it now that you're asking me this. Holy crap.
Perfect.
Just reach out. I'll give you time, anybody. But before you do that, I want you to do this thing called giving back. Don't be a dead end. I don't think Craig, Steve, or Drew are making millions of dollars from this show. Maybe you guys are. I don't think so.
We are 1,000-aires or 100-aires.
I have not received a check yet. I'm just still waiting for the check. So
I am
right
still
by the mail, man.
check,
Just keep waiting by the mail. But like, these guys are not doing this for themselves. So don't be a thing called a dead end. You don't even need to share this episode. Go find a different episode and share it. Okay? Smash the like and subscribe. No, just don't be a dead end. Like, share with your community like these guys are sharing. And that's kind of the whole theme of this show. So I was on a door-to-door podcast. It's called D2D with this guy, Sam Taggart. And I used to, in my painting company, if I wasn't going to make payroll that next weekend, I would go door to door on the weekend to sell a couple more jobs. Like I just go and I'll go hunt. I'm a hunter. So I'm like, I'm going to go hunt. I'll get us a deal. So I'm talking about all my old door to door war stories. And I say the same thing. I'm like, reach out to me on LinkedIn if you need anything. Well, I had this guy reach out. And he's like, I don't know if you were actually going to make good on it. And I was like, oh yeah, let's meet. So we meet. And this guy probably in his 30s, sitting on his porch, you can kind of tell, like, down on his luck, like, he's like, man, I just ain't got 2 nickels to rub together, and this girl I want to marry, and he's like, I got this thing I've been doing, but it ain't working, and he's like, I think I was supposed to I was listening to this door-to-door sales thing, because I'm thinking maybe in sales I could make money, and he's like, do you know how I could get a job? I'm like, here's what you can do. Go to one of these door-to-door companies, like a solar company or whatever. They'll hire anything breathing, all right, as long as you ain't got a bad record. But learn to sell going door to door where I learned. And then if you do that, and you don't have to take it for, you listen to the podcast door to door. Why don't you go and do what you listen to? Then report back and let me know how it goes. I don't hear nothing. This was maybe like 4 weeks ago. I get another message. It had been like 6 or 7 months, hadn't heard from the guy. He's like, he writes this beautiful thing in LinkedIn. He's like, check out this picture. And it's this beautiful girl and him sitting, and she's got a hand up with a big ring on it. And he's like, I went and took your advice. I went door to door selling solar, and I just got a brand new job in New York City in a financial company. They're paying me all kinds of money. And I proposed to my girl. He said, I just wanted you to know I took your advice.
Wow. Dang.
So reach out, man. Like, that was
That's
like,
amazing.
yeah.
How
If you're listening,
cool.
want to reach out, just reach out, and I'll make time for you.
How cool.
How cool is it when you see the impact that you make with something that you probably, I mean, you obviously, you cared about it in the moment, but
Yeah.
a lot of times we give advice like that and we wonder if anybody listens. And so to have it come back like that man, that's powerful.
I mean, that picture with that beautiful girl holding up that ring. I'm like, you're definitely
Jeez.
a salesman, because salesmen always have pretty wives, so you're good to go.
Amen,
Yes.
brother.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely. Well, hey, we end every episode with a toast. And Drew, you have become the de facto go-to Toastmaster. Wrap us up, man.
Absolutely. Well, I've got my drink here, and I want to say to the founders out there trying to compete with companies 10 times their size, to the founders who don't get stuck at the dead end but continue to keep pushing forward, to the plumbers, to the movers and operators, proving you don't need the biggest budget. You just need to get to the customers first and serve them better. And to the people using technology not to replace humans, but to make humans better at being human. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
And to
that.
Metallica, James Hatfield. Appreciate you.
Inner Sandman, baby.
Guys,
Sleep with one eye open, Mr. Kingsmake.
that is our show. Big thanks to James Hatfield, not James Hetfield, who is one of the actual Hatfield and McCoys from LiveSwitch for the poor, the perspective. And you know what, James? Whiskey stories that you were right. They are epic and many. And hey, if you're listening to this and today landed for you, here's the thing that we keep coming back to. Closing isn't about the deal. Closing is about distance. The distance between where you are and where the customer is, between where the founder you've been and the leader you're trying to become is, between the pipeline you're carrying and the team that should be carrying it for you and with you, between the chicken and the box, as it were. And you know what? That last gap is one that we help close. Alteza builds revenue engines for founder-led businesses so you can scale beyond yourself. And if you're ready to stop being the bottleneck, find us at altezasolutions.com. We would love to just have a conversation. And go check out what James and Ambassador Crew is doing at LiveSwitch.com. They are closing a different kind of distance, but it's the same fight. World War I onto World War II. And hey, pour something good. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.